everyone, I am Dr. Deepa. Today we will learn about the clinical anatomy of the elbow joint. We have already discussed about the detailed anatomy of the elbow joint in our previous video. We will look into the clinical aspects of the elbow joint in this video for today. The certain clinical condition in relation to the elbow joint are like the supracondylar fracture, the dislocation of the elbow, the cubatus valgus, tennis elbow and the golfer's elbow, of which we will be discussing these in today's video. So moving on to the very first, that is the supracondylar fracture of the humerus. This supracondylar fracture of the humerus is quite commonly appreciated in case of children. Yes, it is most commonly seen in case of children. So this fracture is seen to result as a fall from the outstretched hand. So any fall from the outstretched hand result in the supracondylar fracture. Outstretched hand results in the supracondylar fracture, where we can make out the upper anterior fragment. The upper anterior fragment is seen to be displaced forward. The displaced anterior fragment lead to the injury to the brachial artery, which results to the vasospasm, which causes the ischemia of the muscles of the anterior compartment of the forearm. So there is ischemic changes appreciated in the forearm, especially the anterior compartment, so resulting in the condition known as Walkman's ischemic contracture. So this ischemia results in the condition called as the Walkman ischemic contracture. Walkman's ischemic contracture. So the main reason or the commonest reason in Walkman's ischemic contracture is the supracondylar fracture of the humerus. It is the supracondylar fracture of the humerus. So this is about the supracondylar fracture of the humerus. The second clinical condition is the dislocation of the elbow. Here this is the picture showing the supracondylar fracture. So the fracture segment, that is the upper and the anterior, the upper fragment here is displaced forward, leaving the lower segment behind. So when we talk about the dislocation of the elbow, there are many types of dislocation, like the posterior dislocation, the anterior dislocation, the lateral medial and the divergent dislocation. The commonest dislocation of the elbow is seen to be the posterior dislocation, where we can make out the distal fragment, that is the lower portion of the joint, to be displaced posteriorly. The other dislocation is the anterior displacement, the lateral displacement, the medial displacement of the joint and the divergent displacement, where we can make out the divergence of both the radius and ulna. This dislocation of the elbow is commonly seen in adults. Occasionally it may be associated with the fracture of the coronoid process as well. In case of dislocation, the normal triangular relationship between the two humeral epicondyle and the olecranon process is usually lost. This is the X-ray picture showing the dislocation, where we can make out the posterior dislocation as well as the lateral dislocation over here. Next condition to be known is the cubatus valgus. The cubatus valgus is a condition wherein an injury to the epiphysis of the lateral epicondyle. Yes, when we look for the lateral epicondyle here, now the condition where the injury to the epiphysis of the lateral epicondyle may produce increase in the lateral deviation of the forearm. So the increase in the lateral deviation of the forearm is called as the cubatus valgus. As a result, the ulnar nerve is gradually stretched along the medial end, and this may result in the ulnar neuropathy. So this is what is called as the cubatus valgus. So in this case of cubatus valgus, the word valgus, VAL. L represents lateral deviation of the elbow. So in the cubatus valgus is a condition whereas the forearm is deviated laterally. So there is hampering of the normal carrying angle, where we can make out the angulation, that is the angulation, the carrying angle is decreased in case of cubatus valgus. Commonest cause is non-united fracture of the lateral condyle of the humerus. This is the picture showing the normal carrying angle over here. We can make out the condition in case of cubitus valgus where the angulation, that is the obtuse angle of the carrying angle, is minimized. There is minimal, the angulation is decreased. In case of condition called as cubitus varus, the condition wherein the carrying angle is increased, that is the medial deviation of the forearm is appreciated. In this case, the normal carrying angle is seen to be increased. So this is about the various clinical condition related to the cubitus. Next is the condition called as the tennis elbow. It is the condition where we can make out there is a sprain or the partial tear of the radial collateral ligament. There is a tear or the sprain involving the radial collateral ligament of the elbow joint, which results in severe pain and tenderness over the lateral epicondyle. So this condition is commonly seen in tennis player, hence called as tennis elbow, which is also called as the lateral epicondylitis. So there is severe pain along the lateral aspect of the elbow, and it is commonly appreciated in case of tennis players. So the main cause is due to the injury or sprain involving the ligament, that is the lateral or the radial collateral ligament. There is also tendinitis, fibrosis, and tear may also be related to the origin of the extensor carpi radialis brevis, which is closely related to this ligament. The last clinical condition which need to be discussed over here is called as the medial epicondylitis, or also called as the golfer's elbow, as this condition is commonly seen in case of golf players where there is a inflammation of the common flexor tendon at the medial epicondyle of the humerus, which results in the repetitive flexion and pronation of the forearm at the elbow. So this condition is called as the medial epicondylitis, where it is more or less similar to the tennis elbow, where there is patient complaints of severe pain and tenderness over the medial epicondylitis. There is which is due to the injury to the or inflammation due to the common flexor origin over here. So this is called as medial epicondylitis or golfer's elbow. So this is all about certain clinical relations related to the elbow joint. So that's all about the clinical applied anatomy of the elbow joint. Thank you.